Good afternoon, junior officers. I'm Sarah Beth, and today we're going to read Donald Duck Buys a House with Katy here. You want to read a book? Let's read a book. One beautiful day while Donald Duck was driving in the country, he drove past an empty old house. All of a sudden, Donald stopped. A sign was nailed to the fence. Did that sign say for sale? Yes, it did. Donald backed up the car and got out. He peered in a window. The house was very old. Come here. It needed lots of work. Come here. Come here. But Donald could already imagine what it would be like to live in a house. He would lie in his hammock while Daisy brought out lemonade and his nephews played in the yard. What a life that would be. In a flash, Donald was back in his car, heading for town. Can I turn the page, ma'am? Huh? Can I turn the page? Come here. Donald told Huey, Dewey, and Louie about the house. They all agreed he should buy the house right away. Well, boys, he said to his nephews, soon we can spend holidays at our country house. Let's go see the house, Donald, the boys exclaimed. Not so fast, said Donald. I have to fix it up first. No one has lived in there in a very, very long time. But Donald was wrong. Somebody was living in the house. Come here, Katy, come read the book. See, we're reading a book here. Two chipmunks named Chip and Dale had made a nest in a room downstairs. The chipmunks were gathering food for the winter. You see? Next to the house was an old tree where they had stored nuts. Now they were busy bringing the nuts into the house. The next day, Donald got up early. He gathered everything he needed to work on the house. Then he loaded up his car and drove off. When Donald got to the house, Chip and Dale were climbing out a window. Donald did not see the chipmunks, and they did not see him. Katy! Donald got right to work. First, he dragged his ladder and paint into the front hall. Then he opened up the paint can. Now he was ready to begin! When Donald saw the chipmunk's nest, he exclaimed, "Oh boy! I have a lot of cleaning up to do before I can paint. I'll get started right away." Donald found a broom, a dustpan, and a basket. He swept up the leaves and nuts and threw them away. He did not know he had swept up away the chipmunk's home. Donald cleared away the cobwebs and was finally ready to paint. By the time he had finished painting all the windows, it was time for bed. Donald was very tired. Soon after Donald fell asleep, Chip and Dale came home. "Where did our nest go?" cried Chip. "It was here when we left." The chipmunks jumped to the floor. They knocked over a can of yellow paint. "Where did this stuff come from?" asked Dale. Suddenly, they heard a noise coming from upstairs. "Someone is here," said Dale. "Let's go look." As they ran upstairs, they knocked over another can of paint and left a trail of tiny footprints. Meanwhile, the strange noise was growing louder. Slowly, Chip and Dale opened the door where the loud noise was coming from. It was Donald. He was snoring. "Let's get out of here before he wakes up," said Dale. And off they raced. Chip and Dale ran back to their tree. It was filled with leaves and nuts, so they crawled inside. "I miss the house," Dale said sadly. "Me too," said Chip. All night, the chipmunks sat eating nuts and throwing shells and nuts onto the roof below. "I hope that duck goes away soon so we can have our home back," said Dale. Ping, ping, ping. Donald woke up. What was that noise? Donald sat up. Was it a ghost? Were there robbers in the house? Donald hid under the covers. The sound went on and on. He did not get another bit of sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning, Donald came downstairs tired and grumpy. What a mess he saw. Paint and tiny footprints were everywhere. Donald followed the footprints until he came up to a tree. Chip and Dale. "Aha!" shouted Donald. "You made the mess and the noise too. I'll get you yet." "I think I have a plan," Donald said to himself. First, he sawed a hole in the broken floorboard. Then, he tied a long string to an empty bag and lowered it into the hole. "Come here. Katy! Katy, come here. Come here. Want a treat? Yeah, let's go, girl." Next, Donald covered the hole with a scarf. Finally, he took a bag of nuts and left a trail from the trap to the windowsill. It was not long before Chip and Dale spotted the nuts. They followed the trail of nuts to the scarf. Then, all at once, Down they fell into the bag. What? That mean duck set a trap, Chip cried. I know how to get out, said Dale. He showed Chip how to chew through the bag. Soon the chipmunks were free and off they raced. Donald soon found the empty bag. He was really angry. I will get those chipmunks if it's the last thing I do, he declared. Donald got a box. Then he got a bell, some string, and a stick. He built a bigger and better trap. Donald sat down to wait for the chipmunks, but he was too tired. He fell fast asleep. A little while later, the chipmunks spotted the nuts under the box. I bet it's a trap, said Dale. If we're careful, we can get the nuts, said Chip. But just as Chip and Dale reached the box, a porcupine came along and scared them away. The porcupine saw the nuts under the box and grabbed for them. Suddenly, the stick fell over, and down came the box. Ring, ring, went the bell. Wow, said Dale. It really was a trap. The bell woke up Donald, who nearly fell out of his chair. He ran to the box. Oh boy, he shouted happily. Now I've got you. Donald lifted the box just a little. Come out, you miserable chipmunks, he cried. The porcupine leaped out of the box and knocked Donald to the ground. Ouch! Donald was pricked with quills. I've had enough, Donald shouted. I'm going home. Soon Donald was packed up and ready to go. Just then a car drove up. Out stepped Daisy and Huey, Dewey and Louie. They were carrying sleeping bags and lots of food. Donald, where are you going? Asked Daisy. We've come to visit. You can stay, but I'm leaving, said Donald, pointing to the tree. Those chipmunks have been living in the house. They made a terrible mess, and they kept me up all night. The chipmunks were here before you, Daisy said to Donald. This was their home. Why don't you build them another home instead? That's an idea, said Donald. We'll help, said Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The boys and Donald got tools and wood. When Donald and his nephews finished the house for Chip and Dale, they painted it. Let's put it in the tree, said Dewey. Soon everyone was happy. The chipmunks had a new home, and so did Donald. His dream came true. There was always enough room around here for the chipmunks, Daisy told Donald. You just had to find room for them in your heart.